Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to break down the incredible growth story of Aditya Birla Sun Life Asset Management Company. We'll be using their own words and numbers from their annual reports to really understand what's fueling their success.
And right out of the gate, their latest annual report hits us with this powerful statement. It kind of sets the tone for everything, doesn't it? This isn't just about the money. It's about building something that lasts, something with real meaning.
And it all starts with this massive number. 4,81,595 crore rupees. That's their total assets under management as of March 2025. I mean, that's just a staggering figure, and it speaks volumes about the incredible trust they've built with millions of people across India.
Okay, so here's how we're going to tackle this. We'll look at the momentum, the engine behind their growth, their actual playbook, the tech that makes it all happen, what they're doing beyond just profits, and then we'll peek into the future.
First things first, let's get into the hard data, because behind every great story, you'll find the numbers that prove it's real. Now, this is where it gets really interesting. It's not just about growth, it's about the acceleration. You see that steady climb and then, boom, look at that jump in the last year. They added 2 million new investor accounts. That's some serious momentum building up.
And here you can see how that trust turns into real financial muscle. After a little dip in fiscal 23, look at that rebound. Revenue, and especially the profit after tax, or PAT, have just shot up. Now that PAT, that's the company's actual take-home profit, so its growth is a crystal clear sign that their strategy is hitting the mark. Right on the bottom line.
And you know, this growth isn't just happening in the big metro cities. A huge piece of their strategy is pushing into what the industry calls B30 cities. That's basically everywhere beyond the top 30. And focusing on India's emerging markets, that's turned out to be an absolutely crucial part of their success.
And to wrap up this section, get a load of this figure. 34,700 crore rupees in passive assets under management. This isn't just some random number. It signals a really smart strategic shift into products like ETFs and index funds. You know, the ones that just track the market. It's a massive growth area, and they are clearly all over it.
So, the numbers are impressive for sure. But the big question is how? How did they actually pull this off? Let's peel back the curtain and look at the playbook that's making it all happen. If you read their reports, it all boils down to these two foundational pillars. For more than 30 years, this has been their core focus. 1, being excellent at managing investments, and 2, building a powerful, super effective sales and distribution network.
And within that strategy, this is really smart. They have a dual focus. On one hand, you've got your traditional actively managed funds, but on the other, they've made this huge push into passive products, where, get this, they've seen a 7-fold increase in their customer base since 2021. This lets them cater to pretty much every type of investor out there.
A huge part of their distribution playbook, something you might not expect, is this massive commitment to investor education. They're doing everything from teaching students their first financial lessons to empowering women investors and their own distribution partners. They aren't just selling products, they're building a smarter, more confident community of investors.
But hey, a great playbook is only as good as its execution, right? And for Aditya Birla, the catalyst for everything we've seen, from sales to education, is a relentless, non-stop focus on technology. They've literally mapped out and digitized the entire customer experience, from using tools like DigiLocker for instant, no-headache onboarding to super simple mobile apps for investing and even features like instant redemption for servicing. Every single step is designed to be as smooth and easy as possible.
So, is it working? Oh yeah, it's working. Check this out. A staggering 77% of their new customers are now coming on board through digital channels. That's just clear proof of a successful pivot to a tech-first approach.
But remember that tagline from the beginning? The story isn't just about financial metrics. It's also about finding meaning and purpose in what they do.
So, that really raises the question, is growth just about the bottom line? Well, if you look at what Aditya Birla is doing, their answer seems to be a clear no. Let's explore how they're investing back into the communities where they operate.
14.72 crore rupees. That's how much they spent on corporate social responsibility projects in just the last fiscal year. That's a serious commitment to giving back.
And here's the crucial part. This isn't just a number on a spreadsheet. This spending translates into real, measurable impact on the ground. We're talking about providing thousands of cancer treatments, strengthening women's self-help groups, and reaching over 127,000 people with education.
This is what profit with a purpose looks like.
All right, let's zoom out one last time, look at the bigger picture, and see what this all means for the future.
This quote from the CEO's message really puts everything into perspective. The company isn't growing in a vacuum. They have this powerful tailwind behind them. They're a key player in one of the most resilient and dynamic economies in the world right now.
And that brings us to our final thought. The combination of everything we've seen today, the financial growth, the smart strategy, the digital innovation, and the social responsibility, it's not just a corporate playbook. It's actively shaping the answer to this very question for an entire generation of new investors in India.